Messages from Shaltazar, the dance between silence and speech. Greetings, dear ones. We are Shaltazar, the energy of 33, the master teacher, and the energy of 44, the master healer. There is a beauty in the silent spaces between words, in the deep, wordless currents of feeling that move through you when you step beyond language. In those moments, you taste the essence of your divinity, a place unbound by the mind's interruptions, where truth is felt rather than spoken. Many of you have journeyed into that sacred stillness and found it intoxicating. Some have been tempted to stay there forever, for it is pure, expansive, and free from the density of human limitation. But you did not incarnate to abandon your humanness. You came to master the dance between the divine and the human, between the infinite and the finite, between the silent knowing and the spoken word. To live fully in this world and to fulfill your calling as healers, guides, and way-showers, you must learn to bring the treasures of the non-verbal realm back into the domain of human connection. This return can feel like an interruption when you have been immersed in the richness of inner experience. The act of putting it into language can seem clumsy and inadequate. And yet, dear ones, this is not an interruption, but a vital part of the flow. It is the bridge that carries the wisdom of the unseen into the hearts of others. We invite you to see this as a dance, an ebb and flow between immersion and expression. You dive deeply into the inner waters, allowing yourself to be transformed, and then you resurface to share what you have found, knowing your words can only ever be a reflection of the truth, never the whole of it. Still, even an imperfect reflection can ignite recognition in another. As you move between these realms, your body may speak in its own ways. Feelings like nausea, disorientation, or even a sense of being unbalanced can arise as your inner operating systems adjust. This is not a sign that something is wrong. It is the sensation of gears shifting, of the old patterns giving way to new ones. Just as a sailor must find their footing again when returning to solid ground after months at sea, you are learning to adapt to new ways of being. These sensations may come when your body and mind are renegotiating their relationship. The mind has long been trained to protect you from discomfort by categorizing feelings as dangerous or unwelcome. But now you are teaching it a new way, that feelings, even the unsettling ones, are messengers, not threats. As you integrate this truth, the mind, body, heart, and spirit begin to move together in greater harmony. Sometimes what rises to the surface in this process is fear. Perhaps it is the fear of losing the depth of your inner connection if you return too fully to the human realm. Perhaps it is the fear of being seen, or losing anonymity, or being overwhelmed by the world's need. These fears are not here to stop you. They are here to be acknowledged, embraced, and understood. We say to you, your capacity is greater than you know. The tidal wave of the world's suffering will not drown you if you anchor yourself in your own source. The more you trust your inner guidance, the more you will know how to give without depletion, to serve without self-betrayal. It is the mind's nature to seek predictability, to want the itinerary of your journey laid out in advance. But the path ahead is not meant to follow the mind's script. What unfolds will not be exactly as you imagine, and that is where the magic lies. The unimaginable can only arrive when you loosen your grip on what you think must happen. When you feel the urge to retreat entirely into the safety of the inner world, remember that your soul chose this human experience so you could learn to move fluidly between realms. You are both the deep-sea diver and the shoreline storyteller. You are meant to bring back pearls for others, even knowing that the telling can never fully capture the dive. Practice this dance. Allow yourself to slow down when your being calls for integration, and then welcome the quickening when it comes. Let your sensations speak to you, the nausea, the tension, the excitement, the fear. Translate them into words when you can, not to diminish them, but to share their essence. In doing so, you help others recognize their own inner movements. Trust that you will find your own rhythm. Trust that the universe is guiding the choreography, even when you cannot see the steps ahead. And most of all, trust that both your silence and your speech are holy. One without the other is incomplete. Together, they are the fullness of your becoming. We bring you this message from a place of love. Our love for you is everlasting and unconditional.